When I think of my years in high school, or actually all the school, I can remember one thing that was consistent. Ever since we got into the school to when we left it, they asked you one question every year. What do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. My mom didn't know till she was 40. We can't know that. I remember when I was in kindergarten, I got up on stage for graduation and they said, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be Morgan Freeman. The crowd laughs. I have no idea why. That's just what I want to be. He was my idol. You know, it's always changing. But one thing that I didn't find out until my senior year is what I wanted to do. Our teacher said, we're going to make a slideshow about what you want to be, what the pay is, and all of this information for what I want to be. And then all of a sudden it just hit. Just right there in class. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher. How did I know that? I don't know. But that's what this speech is going to be about. It's going to be about the steps that I'm going to take, have taken, and why they are important to become a teacher, such as my job as a janitor, my steps past that to go further, and why I chose this. I'll probably cut a lot of you off guard saying, I'm going to be a janitor. That'll help me be a teacher one day. Nah, that seems whack, but I just graduated. I don't have anything to be a teacher or certified or drive a bus or anything like that. I can be a janitor, though. My main purpose was to get in the school system. I wanted to be in an area around educators, around admin, around superintendents. I wanted to be around people to make myself learn and grow better as a person. I even wanted to help coach. Now, I want to be a coach when I'm a teacher too, but that's not my main goal. I can survive without that. But I wanted to help coach. I have a true passion for it, and I offered. And sad to say, the school that I was working for didn't want me to help coach. Okay, sounds good. Now, another thing about being a janitor is I wanted to make a good impression to the people who hired me. I do still have to go through the superintendent and the school board to be hired for this job. So they're going to see my name as a janitor. Maybe if I want to be a teacher for them one day or a principal for them one day, they remember this kid has worked since he graduated. I want to be able to say that. I want to say that I did everything I could for my future from when I graduated. Now, I didn't really like that job. I did it, but I didn't like it. So what I did while I was doing that, I was taking my college courses, and then Desi came out with something to where you can pass a certain course and be a sub. So I did it. That's where I am now. I am a teacher's aide full-time at a school. I think it's crazy, for me at least. I could substitute at any school. I am a teacher's aide full-time, and they're letting me coach. I'm still doing my college, and I'm getting a job that I love every day and I wake up and go to. It's amazing. And then I get to leave that school, come back later that night, coach a basketball game, and I'm happier than I can be. And it's all because they heard about my thing. I made a good impression on their superintendent, and she called for my application. She asked for it. And that's one of the things that I've learned is an impression, such as why I wanted to be a janitor. That's what I've learned, and I'm going to stick by that. And then when they called for my application, I was like, I have the interview. What experience do I have for this job? Well, that's what I started thinking about. So I thought, when I was in high school, there was always students that I wanted help with, special education students. They weren't less than me, but they struggled more than me in certain aspects, and I loved helping them. I loved doing it, and since I was a freshman in high school, and I didn't know that this was my passion, but I knew I enjoyed it. One thing that helped me realize that it was my passion was when my mom got a job as a teacher's aide. When she was working her way up to be a teacher, she took a teacher's aide job. I would go to her class, be with all those students, and I had fun. I enjoyed being around them, the atmosphere, the positivity that just grew off of them, and I fed off of it, and I was just so happy to be around them. And then after that, this is my summer of my senior year. Uh, After Corona hit, I did some summer maintenance at the school that I'm working for now. There was a special needs guy that they let be a janitor. Perfectly capable of doing it, just a little bit slower. And he was so happy. And I'm like, I want to do this. I want to do this for the rest of my life because I can relate and I can understand and I'm patient and I can do this. And it just clicked. So I get in my interview. They ask this question. They're like, you're perfect for the job. Can you start later this week? And I'm like, yes. Yes, I can. And I was happy from there on. From there on out, that's when I knew I wanted to be a special education teacher. And I'm a special education teacher's aide, and I'm a assistant coach for a team. And I'm at the lower level of everything I want to be because of the steps that I've taken as being a janitor and taking the sub course that I have taken and the experience that I have had. I've gotten a chance to be at a lower level of all of my future goals the first year I'm out of high school. These are the steps that I've taken, and I hope that you learn something from it and that you know more about me, all of the listeners that are out there, and I hope that you can learn more about my personality and the person that I am just by this. Thank you very much.